Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Inga Cotton. I'm the founder and executive director of San Antonio Charter Moms. These are Charter Moms chats, and it's enrollment season still, and we're trying to cover as many of the awesome schools of choice in San Antonio as we can. So today we featured a brand new enrollment guide blog post at sachartermoms.com, and we're talking about Southwest Preparatory School, or Southwest Prep. And on Charter Moms chats, I'm so grateful to have a panel of principals that we get to talk to. So let me introduce the principals. So on the left is Dr. Geneva RicoWatson, and she's the principal at Southwest Prep Southeast Campus. And then in the middle is Cheryl Wills-Pacheco, and she is the principal at Southwest Prep Northwest Elementary and Northwest Early College High School. And then on the right is Ray Martinez, and he's the principal at Southwest Prep New Directions and Northeast. So I'm really grateful to have all of y'all here, and excited to talk more about Southwest Prep.
Thank you for having us.
Okay, great. So the first question I want to ask is, especially for folks who maybe aren't familiar with Southwest Prep, can you talk about the mission and vision of Southwest Prep?
Yes, of course. So Southwest Preparatory School is a pre-K through 12 charter school system here located in San Antonio and Seguin. Our mission is to provide an adaptive learning environment, an effective learning environment that prepares students for success in the workplace and or college. And so our mission is led by our vision that each student is developed into a graduate that is self-motivated, employable, self-reliant, optimistic, and has the ability to learn and possesses citizenship and decision-making skills through our character education principles that we teach.
Great, thank you so much. That's great. So one thing I learned as I was researching Southwest Prep was kind of the origin story, and then how that. So I'm curious, can y'all talk about how Southwest Prep was founded and how that impacts how y'all serve students today?
Yeah, definitely. We started in 1998 when we got our charter. We started off as an alternative education for Alma Heights ISD and Judson ISD. So we are celebrating our 25th anniversary this year of being here located in San Antonio. We've had a lot of different changes and significant changes to our school system. We actually have 4 campuses. We have 3 locations here in San Antonio, Southeast, Northwest, and Northeast New Direction. So we highlight all of San Antonio. And we also have a location in Seguin. So 25 years ago, we started with roughly around 20 students, and we got up to about 900 students across our district. And so we've definitely grown. We definitely moved from a credit self-recovery system to now a traditional school system that provides many educational opportunities for students in San Antonio and the surrounding areas. For example, we have an early college high school. We also do early childhood education, and as well as our META program, which is Media Education Design Academy. So those are just some opportunities we have. Our origin, of course, started off as credit recovery and self-paced. However, we moved, and a lot of those, what we influence how we do our schooling and teaching here in our education is that we show that we grow and we adapt as well, that we're instilling that same in our students to be the best and get the best education that they deserve.
Well, I think that's a really important insight that the school was founded to fill a particular need and serve like a special group of students that were at risk, but then having the insight that kind of flexibility and meeting students where they are and try to build up those character qualities that there's really a lot of students who can benefit from that, like even students at a young age. And so like one of the questions that comes, well, this is my chance to plug our Facebook group, so the SA Charter Moms discussion group on Facebook. And I really appreciate the members of the group because by their questions that they're asking, it helps me focus in on, how like SA Charter Moms can provide the best resources. And one thing that comes up over and over again about Southwest Prep is that people are excited about the pre-K program, that there's pre-K 4 at all the elementaries. And there's one campus that actually has pre-K 3. So can y'all talk more about the pre-K program at Southwest Prep?
Yes, absolutely. I can answer that question. First of all, thank you so much for hosting us, Inga. This is such an honor to be a part of Charter School Moms. But let me talk a little bit about our pre-K program. So Northwest Campus is the only campus that has a pre-K-3 program, and all of the other campuses in our district have a pre-K-4 program. Students must be either 3 by the time of September 1st to join the pre-K-3 program, and they must turn 4 by September 1st in order to join the pre-K-4 program. It is based on whether or not families qualify. However, if they do not meet specific criteria to qualify, our tuition is extremely low for families. It is $260 per month, and we do offer a discount to families who are military. We offer a 5% discount to those families. And so if parents are looking to put their children into daycare, daycare is extremely expensive, and so we're about half the cost of that. So for those that do not qualify. Our program is Frog Street. That is the curriculum that we utilize. And that curriculum focuses on helping students to deal with like big feelings and emotion, social emotional in new situations. It also focuses on academics that gets them ready, the prerequisite skills to get them prepared for kindergarten. So it's more focused on learning through play and exploring, and also like sound recognition, getting them ready, those prerequisite skills for knowing sounds, and then moving forward to make them successful in kindergarten. Each campus is a little unique as far as what they offer as far as recess and extended play outside of academics. But for the most part, we really do make sure that our littles are able to learn a lot through play and exploration and learning about feelings and character education.
Yeah, well, those are the qualities that families are looking for in preschool, and affordability is a big issue, because it seems like there's a big gap between, like there's a set of families who qualify for pre-K, and we have information, there's information on the website about how to qualify, but it feels like there's a big gap between the free programs and then what private programs are. So having something that's kind of in the middle, so even for families who don't qualify, but it provides, allows parents to go back to work outside the home, and it gives students those those skills, like the social emotional skills, and working with their peers, that that creates that good foundation for when they go into elementary. Okay, so I wanted to ask about how Southwest Prep develops students' character and builds self-reliance, and through researching the blog post and working with the team, I learned about kind of how Southwest Prep does that. It's really interesting. So can y'all talk more about that?
Yes, good evening, and thank you for having us, Inga. So at Southwest Preparatory Schools, we believe that building strong relationships with students and staff is key to building character and self-reliance. And we do this through the Capturing Kids' Hearts program. This program, a school-wide program that's created by the Flipping Group, with an emphasis on strong relationships, character education. We also are fortunate to have counselors housed at each of the campuses that do both push in and pull out small group social emotional learning counseling support. And we have amazing assistant principals that are able to provide behavior coaching support to our students that may be having behavioral challenges. In building self-reliance, we also have instructional assistants, reading and math interventionists that are able to provide students with specialized accelerated intervention support and specialized accelerated enrichment support. So essentially, our students are able to get their needs met, whether it be social emotional learning, character education, math intervention or enrichment, reading intervention or enrichment through our most valuable resource, which is our staff.
Well, those are really valuable reports, and it's the kind of thing families are really looking for. Okay, let me ask about. Okay, there's just so many amazing programs. Okay, but and there's two more in particular I want to ask about. So one is the early college program, and then I want to ask also about Meta, which explains like the studio that y'all are in. So, but so first, yeah, let's. I know there's a lot of interest in the discussion group among parents about early college, high school, because it's really a way to like set kids up so that they have more preparation for college. Like they already have college credit. It's like they've already proven they can do college level work, and then they're closer to be able to graduate with their college degree. So, can y'all talk more about the early college program it's at the Northwest campus, right?
The Northwest campus and the Southeast campus has been able to partner to provide our students with access to the ECHS program, and we are extremely blessed that has been successful at our campus. But the early college high school program affords parents with the opportunity and students with the opportunity to receive 60 college hours at no cost to the family. Students attend both classes at A&M San Antonio and at the satellite campus that the Northwest campus has at A&M San Antonio. What I think, especially for our students and hearing from our families, one of the most unique things about the ECHS program is the satellite campus, that our students are able to receive coaching support from our director, Mrs. Carr, from our counselor, Ms. Gift, that they wouldn't receive otherwise just enrolling into college. So our students have been extremely successful and benefit from being fully immersed in the college experience with the high school coaching support.
It's really the best of both. They get the counseling, and they can get, but they also have access to college coursework. And then some of the students are actually attending classes on the campus at Texas A&M San Antonio. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. Well, great. Okay. Yeah. Well, and there's more. There's like the blog post. The enrollment guide blog post has links to like the part of the Southwest Prep website that explains more detail about early college, because it's just amazing to be able to earn 60 college credit hours while still in high school. That's amazing. Like that's as much as an associate's degree. Okay, well, I want to ask more about Meta. I'll put it up on screen, but it's MEDA. But so the idea is Media Education and Design Academy. So what does that enable students to do?
Yeah, definitely. So our Meta program is actually a very brand new program to Southwest Preparatory School. We had already established early college high school at the Northwest campus, but we wanted to provide another opportunity for students to find their niche, something that they really liked to do. And so through discussion here at the New Directions campus, we created the Media Education Design Academy. It is a 6th through 12th grade program. Students start in 6th grade, learning the basics of audio visual, learning camera basics, all that to get prepared to when they get to 8th grade and working in the actual program. So Meta is a academy that students are learning the media industry, learning the ins and outs of it. It provides students with the tools, knowledge, and work ethic to be successful in media. They master an array of software tools and industry-based skills that are through real-world experiences and projects and partnerships. So right now, the program is started with audio and visual. Our students are working with nonprofits, creating videos for them that it gets out. So they're working one-on-one in the industry. They're not just sitting behind a screen. They're actually involved. They're talking with our partners and creating those videos. And so they participate in competitions throughout. So Meta students, when they leave Southwest Preparatory New Directions, they'll leave with the knowledge to start on day one in the media field.
Yeah, so it's a partnership with Elm Arts Academy, right?
Yeah, correct. So they provide some support with that, and they help get the partnerships. So our students are working with Elm Arts Academy and creating those partnerships in that industry.
Yeah, that's great that they're getting real world experience like that. And they're able to benefit these nonprofits who need a little extra help and maybe need the resources to like hiring a professional to do it would be challenging. but like students have a lot of time and a lot of love to give. So so it's really a win-win for both the students and the nonprofit partners. Yeah, well, that's great. Okay, well, that's really exciting. So at the Northeast New Directions campus, that's where students can access Meta. Okay, so I guess next question goes out to all three of you, because I just like it's important to cover like these facts and these links and things, but I feel like that storytelling is really important. So I was wondering if each of you would share a story from your experience as a school leader, that demonstrates what the school culture is like at your campus. So Geneva, do you want to go first?
Yes, I would love to. Thank you. So our schools put students first. One of my favorite stories to highlight is the care, dedication, and collective effort that our community has done to partner with the ECHS program and the Northwest campus. I mean, I could tell you a lot of stories about how we got our first two students, which I refer to as our pioneer students, enrolled fall 2020. They are both, at the end of the semester, will be graduating with 30 college hours. And from that, I mean, that program was transformational to our campus, to our students personally, but also at a pre-K through 12th grade campus where our elementary students, you're talking about college because their older brothers or sisters attend college, and it's been transformational. This June, we will be graduating 5 students in the ECHS program. We currently transport at 7 a.m. every morning 15 students to A&M San Antonio, and we bus them back every afternoon. We have 11 students who are going through the application process to enroll in the fall. So that is, as I shared, that is one of my favorite stories. And I could go into details about how proud the families are, their smiles from ear to ear that their children are graduating through the ECHS program, are able to attend college. Bringing this opportunity and making it a reality to our families has been by far the best memory that I have and story to tell at Southwest Preparatory Schools.
Well, I think that's you talk about like younger students looking up to the older students and seeing the older students as role models, who are attending college and earning college credit, and that's transformative. And like these it starts with a few pioneers, but then it grows over time, and that's how change really happens, right? There's no magic wand. It's really like student by student, family by family, like expanding their idea of what's possible. And that's one of the things I love about covering charter schools and sharing these stories is that this is change happening in the real world. It will affect the futures of these students. They'll have like so many more opportunities. So, well, Cheryl, can you share a story from the Northwest campus?
Sure, absolutely. So the climate culture, I'm going to talk a little bit more about the pre-K through 9th grade campus, which is actually the Northwest campus, because my 10th through 12th graders are the students that actually attend the ECHS campus that is at San Antonio. So pre-K through 9th, our climate culture, one of the things that we do every single morning is we get together and we have a morning assembly. And so through that assembly, we start by saying the Pledge of Allegiances, we have a moment of silence, and then we start every single day as a learning family together from our staff, the kids, and sometimes parents come and join us as well. And so through this, we explore some character education, we do our morning announcements and talk about what's coming up for the week. We usually do motivational and inspirational type things and send the kids off for the day. There are other things that we do. We try to incorporate a lot of fun learning activities and hands-on learning and project-based type learning activities into our academics to keep the academics very entertaining and up pace for our kids, and also to challenge them, but to keep that rigor there, but also to add that fun. Our campus is a little obnoxious when it comes to dress-up days, and that is to break the monotony of the everyday dress and to just make sure that we add that additional fun to learning. One of the things that I pride our campus on the most is that we know every single student by name. And so our campus has a very small student-teacher ratio. And so all the way from administration to the front office, we know every single kid that walks through that door. And we genuinely are a family environment. And so not only do we know what's going on with those kids academically, we know about their social emotional, what they're going through social emotionally, and then what's going on externally too. We know about some of their challenges outside of school. We really just are there to build a full-rounded child. And so that is one of the things that I really pride our campus on. Now, I'll share a story with you. I could, like Dr. RicoWatson, share tons of stories. We could spend hours talking about all of the beautiful balloons and things that have come out of the Northwest campus. But what I will say is several of our graduates have actually come back and enrolled their children with us. So that tells you right there that we are definitely family oriented and that we've got generations coming through our doors. And so that really warms my heart to see that the kids who've graduated are off, they're successful in life, but they bring their kids back to us because they really just want to keep that Southwest Prep Northwest campus alive within their hearts.
Yeah. Well, Cheryl, I know you're great about sharing social media, and I see so much school spirit in what you share. Like, you mentioned like the dress days and stuff, and yeah, like, so, I mean, it really comes through. I mean, like, this is not just talk, like they live it every day.
You get to see that firsthand. So, and I do quite often stuff because I am proud.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Okay, well, Mr. Martinez, can you share about at the Northeast New Directions, like, share a story about that demonstrates the culture at your campus?
Yeah, definitely. Just like my colleague said, we're very family oriented. We believe in that. We have many families where their youngest in elementary are here. We have middle school students that are part of that family, and then we have high school and graduates that continue to be part of our family. Here, we have this selflessness to us, and all of our campuses do, that these teachers are willing to step up at any moment for any child, whatever it may be, inside the classroom, outside the classroom. And that's the feel we have here. And I think it gives students the opportunity to take chances, to make mistakes, and know that we're not going to turn it back on them. We're going to be there for them. And that's something that we pride ourselves here, definitely. Through Meta, I'm going to share a story with Meta. They were part of a 48 to create. They had 48 hours to create a video. But it wasn't just Meta students. It was actually some of our 6th, 7th, and 8th graders that participated that aren't part of the program yet. That haven't taken those classes yet. So it's just based on how well they worked in Alma Arts Academy and points they got. And they had 48 hours to create this video. And it was student-led, no teacher involvement. But to see them come together was unique in the sense that in our first year participating against 8 other schools, we got 2nd place. And so that is just a heartwarming moment to feel that everybody jumped on board. And so to hear that talk and that conversation, that our 5th graders and 4th graders want to be part of that, and they understand that they get a chance to be part of that, it gives them that chance to take risk and to try and do something that they're not, that is outside the comfort zone, knowing that they have a safety net, that if they do fail, we're going to pick them back up. And that's just the vibe we all have, I believe. But definitely that's something that I take pride in.
Yeah, well, thank you, Ray. That's a great story about, like students rallying around the 48 to Create project, and, the students in Meta, and then also the younger students getting to participate and work as a team, and like making 2nd place for a brand new program is really impressive. Okay, well, gosh, I mean, like Geneva and Cheryl said, like there are so many stories to share, and we don't have time to cover them all. But I'm glad that we could give this sample of it, and you guys shared a lot of really great specifics about like the pre-K program and the early college high school program, Meta, and about like character development. So I hope that this gets families excited about Southwest Prep. Maybe they want to come and do a campus tour. It's application season. So can y'all share some specifics about like what are some next steps families should do if they're curious about Southwest Prep, or if they feel like they're ready to apply?
Yes, I can definitely share. So one of the best ways to contact any one of our campuses is actually through our website. And so if you go to southwestprep.com, www.southwestprep.com. It's www.southwestprep.org. And through that, when the website comes up, they can select any one of our campuses. And actually, there's these big, beautiful logos that expresses which campus that they may be interested in, depending on the side of town that they might live closest to. And so if they click on that link, they can apply for that particular campus. And so the application is online. And that goes directly to our registrars, and our registrars can get in contact with them and help them with those next steps. Other things that they can also do, if interested, you can definitely call any one of the campuses, and those phone numbers are also listed on our website, or even direct message through our Facebook app. And those direct messages go to several different individuals within our district, and we're really good about getting in contact with families right away. And so we can always set up a tour to where they can come in and see firsthand all the great things that are taking place at all of our campuses. And our registrars can also walk them through how to complete that application online if they were to have any questions.
It sounds like there's...
Oh, sorry. I was going to say, documentation that is required to complete registration is pretty typical of any school that they would attend. So any other traditional schools, it's the same documentation that we would require for our charter district.
Yeah, actually, that's a common myth, is that charter schools have an intense application like private schools do, but it's really not. It's really just like basic demographic information. There's, like what age your kid is, like know where the address is, just so, that you're in the enrollment zone, which is, pretty much the whole metro area. So there's no tricks, no traps. It's pretty simple. But like you said, so they can do the online application, and then they'll hear from the registrar. But there's other ways, like calling the campus, messaging through social media. Y'all have a great social media presence. Gives a great overview of, all these great activities on campus. And then there's open enrollment happens through March 3rd, right? So that's like the best chance to apply for the upcoming school year. But even if it's after March 3rd, families can still apply and find out if there's an open seat at that grade at that campus, right?
Yes, and we can also be found at the school discovery days. So we do
That's right.
Well, so you can find us there too.
That's right. I'm so glad you brought that up. Yes. So the next school discovery day is February 18th at Hangar 9, which is pretty close to the Southeast campus. And then after that, it's at Hemisphere on March 4th. So yes. And yeah, we love Southwest Prep. You guys always bring lots of energy and spirit to school discovery days. Well, great. Well, gosh, we've covered all of the questions. I feel like I every time I research about Southwest Prep or have a conversation about it, I learn more about it. I get more excited about what y'all are doing. And I know there's a lot of interest in the discussion group, and visitors at School Discovery Day coming and visiting the Southwest Prep table. So thank you all. I feel so honored. Like principals are such busy people, and I have 3 of you here. So I hope it was a good day on campus today. I hope your students are happy and busy and studying hard. But thanks for joining me on Charter Moms Chat.
Yes, thank you so much for having us.
All right, take care.
Thank you.
Yeah.